Happy New Year, y'all. I know that this video is not going to be coming out on the first or even the first week of the new year, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video of 25 things that you can declutter at the start of this year. Now, sometimes I have motivation to do a ton of decluttering in one day, and sometimes I do not. So if you don't have the motivation to tackle this whole list of 25 things in one day, you can set a timer for 15 minutes every single day and just get done what you can in those 15 minutes. Sometimes you might go a little bit past because you got a little bit extra motivation. But I will put timestamps for maybe every 5 items so that it's easy to click on where you left off. And remember your decluttering supplies, so a trash bag for trash, a box for donate, and then a boxer bin for your time will tell. So you can put stuff in that bin for a set amount of time, and if there's anything specific that you remember to get out of that bin, then you can. If not, then you can go ahead and declutter that bin after the amount of time specified. So we're gonna start off with old shoes. So can you believe this box right here was all my kids' outgrown shoes? These past few months, I don't know, like they were just outgrowing them so quickly. Well, some of them are like summer shoes that I just never got out, but they were outgrowing stuff, and I would get out the next size, and we would never put the outgrown shoes away because it was just busy, and it wasn't on my mind. So I had all of my kids go through and put all of their outgrown shoes in this box. Some of them I will be saving for little girls passed down, and then some of them will be leaving our house via the consignment sale. My kids are kind of getting into the age where they wear out shoes all the way, especially because I buy their shoes used, so some of them may be trash. I'll just go through and figure that out. So we're already one whole box in. The next 2 things on the list are in one drawer in my room, but we have got loungewear and PJ type stuff, and then activewear, so workout gear. And I have a limited space here. This is the area that I have allotted for these 2 things. As you can see, it's a little bit more than I would like. I like everything just nice and neat, easy to grab. So I do need to go through and get out the stuff that I don't wear anymore. One place that I usually like to start is to see if there's any items in here that I haven't worn in a whole year or in like 6 months, whatever time frame I am thinking. That gives me a good idea that 1, I don't have a use for it, or 2, I don't like the way that it looks on me or feels when I'm wearing it, so I can probably go ahead and get rid of that. Next, we're gonna go with socks. So this one's pretty straightforward. If there are any with holes in them, just go ahead and get rid of those. And then if there are any like specialty type socks that you really just do not wear anymore, go ahead and get rid of those too, because you don't need them in your drawer if you ain't wearing them. Next, we have subscriptions. So does anybody else have any of those Amazon subscribe and save things like vitamins or something that you aren't using anymore, and so you just press pause on it every single time it sends you a notification and you never go in and cancel it? Or even worse, you forget about it, it sends it to you, you paid the money for it, and you're not going to use the product. Well, today is the day that you are going to go in and cancel those that you are not using anymore. I just did one of a kid's vitamin that the kids did not like because we found a new one that they liked, and so I canceled that one because we already have the other one that we are loving. Another thing is to look at all of your subscriptions. I think the only other subscriptions that I have are like TV and entertainment type subscriptions, and then I do have a subscription to extra data storage on my phone. That's one that I need to get all of my videos and pictures off, and then I don't need to pay for the extra data storage. It's worth it right now, but I need to do that. Other than that, for me personally, we just have a few different, like I said, TV type viewing stuff. So if you have several of those and one that you don't watch as much, think about if you can pare that down and not have as many choices in your life and save some money. Another thing that goes along with subscriptions is those promotions that come through email or text. I know especially around the holidays, everybody's ordering things from different websites, and then it also signs you up for those email notifications and sometimes text messages of, I'm having a sale, come buy my things. But if you're not planning on ordering from those sites anytime soon, just go ahead and unsubscribe or send the text message, stop, to not get those anymore. It will free your mind and your life via notifications up a little bit. Next one on the list is a big one, but it's toys. So if you have kids, let's go through the toys. Maybe if you have pets, you can go through your pet toys. So I did do a really big toy declutter before Christmas, but sometimes they get some things for Christmas where it's like, this is actually a lot of one type of thing. Maybe we can pass on the old things because they're using just the new thing and not the old anymore. So toys can be really overwhelming, so I would suggest to set a timer and do this over several days, unless you've already done a big declutter and you know the few things that you need to just grab out and get rid of. Next, we have something that's specifically good to declutter around the holidays, and that is something that you got as a gift that you now have too many of. So I got this super cute set of hand towels. Oh my gosh, from my nanny for Christmas, and I do love them, but now I really have too many in my basket, so I need to get it back down to a good amount because I want it to fit within this basket, and I love these, so I'm not getting rid of them. Here we are at blankets. So I declutter blankets, and for some reason we still have so many blankets. I want to be one of those families that just has like one big nice plush blanket per person, and that person just uses that one blanket in their bed if they want, or for movies or for whatever, but I am not that family, or at least I'm not that family right now. I am very sentimental with some of my blankets. Like I've made some blankets, or somebody has made a blanket for me. I probably will never get rid of this one. We have one that was given to us for our wedding, and so there are, I made these for my girls. I don't know. I'm a little bit not great at blankets, but for me, there are a few blankets that are very, very small and very clearly baby blankets that don't really do the job for my kids now. So I am finally ready to get rid of, I think we're only keeping one really special baby blanket, but getting rid of the small, tiny baby blankets that don't do the job. So for y'all, if there are some that just never get used or some that are completely worn out, then you can go ahead and get rid of those. I know people who donate like worn out blankets or towels to like animal shelters, and so that's a good place to donate those instead of just throwing them in the trash. Next we have hobby items. So I'm sitting right here next to two of my hobbies. So I'm going to be starting seeds here pretty soon for gardening, and then we've got some tree seeds that are trying to germinate right here that my husband is really excited about, and then of course my aloe plant that is here. But gardening is one of my hobbies. It goes beyond this space, but I want it to be here. And then I have this fabric right here that I am making a happy birthday banner for that we can use over and over and over again. But, so those are two of my hobbies. Neither one of those I'm going to be getting rid of, but sometimes it's good to go through your hobby items and just see if you have a complete excess and it's not going to be possible for you to use those things. My seed starting stuff, I'm doing soil blocks this year, so I've got soil block makers, so it would be a good idea for me to go through all of my seed starting supplies and see if there is something that I'm not going to be using anymore because I'm going a different route. And of course, fabric. I usually keep fabric for a little bit after a project, and then if I don't use it, I do try to pass it on to somebody else who's going to use it or donate it. Now we're into bathroom products that you do not use anymore. So just offhand, I really don't use all that many products in my hair. I actually got this as like a face toner type thing, and I think it's way too old. So these need to go. And I've been slowly trying to do less fragrances in all of our products, especially mine. And there is a couple of lotions in there that I am going to go ahead and get rid of because I have other ones that I just use already, and I don't think I'm going to go back and use the rest of those. It is a bummer that I didn't get to use the rest of these products, and it doesn't happen very often that I just throw out, used products like this because I don't think there's anywhere to donate them. But it's better that I just have a nicer space to be in than worry about that every once in a while. Similar situation as bathroom products, we have cleaning products. Are there any things that you do not use anymore? Let's take a look at mine. All right, so here is a example. I have these stainless steel wipes, which actually are dried out, but I found that you can just like re-wet them and they work still. But there's only a few in it, so I really just need to clean my stainless steel today and get rid of this because we also bought this, which is the same thing. It's just a spray that I can use a cloth on. So I am definitely just going to be using this in the future, so I need to use these up today and get rid of them. This is my little catch-all bowl of things that are found in the laundry basket or in pockets. So it's time to get all of this stuff put away. And while we're down in my basement, that reminds me of boxes. There are so many boxes, I feel like, that come into our house around the holidays. So break down all those boxes and take them to the recycling. Okay, next we have books. It's a bit crazy over here right now because my kids play down here, pull books off, and then just put them back. Needs a lot of work, but I'm just going to set my timer for 15 minutes. I am going to be looking for books that I'm just probably never going to read. I'm trying to work my through reading books and then just getting rid of ones that I don't really have an attachment to and want to keep forever. Here we are, and the next place to declutter is under your bed. I actually got these IKEA storage things several years ago, so I have two on this side and two on the other side. The two on the other side house my like off-season clothes because I do rotate my clothes. One has like gift bags that I reuse, and then this one has a few like craft things. I love that my bed is always clean and neat and organized. Stuff doesn't get thrown under there, but sometimes it does happen, so you just gotta go under there and get the stuff out. Get the stuff out, put it away where it goes. And if there's some things that you've thrown under there because you don't know what else to deal with, might be a good idea to just go ahead and get rid of them because maybe you don't have any use or place for them in your house. Next, we have papers. And to be honest, I've actually gotten in a really good groove of dealing with my papers as they come into my house. If you want a separate video on that, let me know down in the comments. But there was a time in my life that this desk would not be piled with random kids' things that I need to put away, because that's what I struggle with at the moment. But it would be piled with tons of paper, coupons, all this kind of stuff that I needed to deal with. So if you have a spot like that in your house, go ahead, set that timer for 15 minutes, and do some stuff. Throw things away. Shred some things. File some things. Do whatever you need to do with that stack of papers. This is really the only thing that I could find that I needed to deal with. That's a project of my child, so that's not a paper thing that I need to deal with. But his catalog, I thought that I was going to look through it. I actually already ordered my seeds, so I don't really need to, dream and buy more than I can handle this year. So that's going to be going. All right, and then we're going to go on to the next one. I kind of already mentioned it, but coupons. I do have like a little spot here in my drawer that I will keep some coupons. Let's see what's in here right now. Oh no, did I already get rid of them? Well, I have this one. All right, coupon for Wild deodorant. I use Wild deodorant. This is not sponsored, obviously. Who sponsors me? But I use Wild deodorant. It's really cool. It has like a reusable deodorant stick thing, and then you buy the little things to put in. It's reusable. Anyways, this says 50% off your first order. Well, I already ordered, so I can't use that. What did I save it for? This Grays, 50% off your first box. Do I want to use that? No, I don't. So that's going away. Deal with your coupons. Use them or lose them. We're now in the kitchen, and the rest of the items are kitchen items. And I know the lighting is pretty crazy in this video because I'm going all over my house and it doesn't have the greatest lighting everywhere, but we're in front of this drawer right here, and it houses my straws. Not only my straws, that would be a lot of straws. It's my utensils, but also straws. And I did already put the Christmas straws of kids in the Christmas stuff, so that took that away. We'll just get those out just for the holidays. But we do have a lot of straws, so I'm going through those. If you are like me and accumulate straws, go through those. Another one right here below my straws is we have the cups. Oh my gosh, do you know what I just found? This! I don't have a baby that uses bottles. Well, that's for sure getting decluttered. As you can tell, I don't go and look in this cabinet all that often. We use the cups right here, and then what is even back there. So go through your cups. I know cups is a huge one where you can accumulate a lot of them. Maybe you're awesome and you don't do that and you have one that you use and that's it. But me and my family are not like that, so we will be going through cups. Next on the list is these big kitchen spoons and spatulas and all the types of things. So I'm going to go through these real quick and just see if there are too many of a certain item that do not get used. We're up here because this is where I keep my large kitchen items. Well, actually I do have a couple in the bottom of my big pantry, but are there any large kitchen items that you do not use? We recently decluttered our Instapot because there wasn't that many recipes that we used in it, and it did not work for a crock pot, and we used the crock pot a ton more as a slow cooker than we used the Instant Pot. The Instant Pot is great for certain things. It does cook them very well for the pressure cooker, but it is as a slow cooker. And I liked the idea of having 2-in-1, but it was not 2-in-1. It was not great as a slow cooker. So we decluttered that. Is there any big kitchen items that you can declutter? Next is plates. And if you are like me, you got a lot of plates. And right now we have a full set of like big and little plates, plus we have all the kids' plates. And you might have all of this stuff and say, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of some of mine. For me, this set right here, I am not going to get rid of. But we don't use all of the stoneware. We use all the kids' plates. We use those every single day, but we probably only use half of the stoneware plates on a daily basis, and I do the dishwasher every day. So I'm thinking that I'm going to pull out half of these plates and just store them. I decided to include this one, not that I'm actually getting rid of anything and getting it out of my house as the normal decluttering goes, but decluttering looks like this sometimes. Sometimes a space doesn't function the way that you want it, but you're not ready to get rid of those items. And so for me, in those times, there is a justification of taking a few things out and storing them until I will use them later on. Not everybody is going to be like that and think that it's worth it to do that, but for me it is, and it helps this space function better. And technically I'm decluttering from the space, just not out of my house. Now the last two items are going to be the freezer and the pantry. And for the last few years, I have participated in the Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge that she does. I think she does it through January and February, and I am going to be doing a separate video on that and some ideas on how to use up some of your freezer and pantry items, and just some motivation to go in there and use up those items. But that's a separate video. But I thought it would be important to include freezer and pantry in this decluttering video, because just go in your freezer, see if there's make a meal plan for the next week and use as many items as you can in your freezer and as many items as you can in your pantry. And there you have it. That's 25 things to declutter in the new year. Hopefully this was a motivating video and gave you some specific ideas on where to get started decluttering this year. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.